Hello everyone. So now we will see the packing efficiency in crystal lattice. Okay. Now actually what is this packing efficiency means? Packing efficiency means it is the percentage of total space filled by the particles. You know, in whatever way the constituent particles are packed, even then, it contains some free space in the form of voids. We have already discussed what are voids, isn't it? The free space which is there in the crystal lattice is called as voids. And we know there are two types of voids, tetrahedral void and octahedral void, correct? So now we will come into the packing efficiency. So it is a percentage of the total space filled by the particles. Okay, so how many particles can be filled in each type of packing structures? Okay, now first we will deal with the HCP, hexagonal close packing, and cubic close packing. See, in this hexagonal close packing as well as in the cubic close packing, the two are both or equally efficient packing. Okay, these two packing are efficient in both. So now our consideration is of the cubic close packing. We are only concerned with the cubic close packing. So we want to calculate the packing efficiency in cubic close packing. And remember, this cubic close packing comes under the FCC lattice. It's very important. Okay, face centered cubic lattice, the cubic close packing comes. Okay, so first what we have to do, we have to draw a cube. Correct. And then keep in mind you have to give the names of like a label A, B, C, D, then at the corners E, F, G and H. Okay, so we have drawn a cube and we have named them the corners, we have labeled them. Now what you have to do, you have to consider that the unit cell edge length will be A. You know, the edge length means this. All the edge length is A. This is also A. This is also A. So all are A. So the let the edge length be A and the face diagonal be B. What is face diagonal? Face diagonal means any face. If you consider G and E, we can consider this face diagonal. If you draw a line between this G and E, then we can say it is considered as B. So now what we are doing is, if we want to calculate the packing efficiency in cubic close packing, I will draw only those spheres which are our consideration. I am not drawing all the spheres in all the corners and the faces because it's a FCC lattice. So I am not going to draw all this. I am going to draw only those spheres which are into our consideration. That means in this corner we are taking this face. Okay. So there is one atom. Okay, at the corner. Then the diagonal, the face diagonal, the opposite diagonal, I am having another atom, I am showing it. And in the face, it is again an atom. So only these three atoms, it is our consideration. Or I am taking only these three atoms. And I am not drawing all the other atoms in this corners or the faces because it will give you confusion. Okay, so in order to calculate the packing efficiency, I have drawn A at this corner, diagonally opposite other C, one this corner, and in the face diagonal, there is one atom. Okay, now as I said, the face diagonal, let it be B. Now here the face diagonal will be C, the face diagonal will be A to C. Correct, the face diagonal will be A to C. Correct, so that is clear. So edge length is A and face diagonal will be A. That is, if I say in this diagram, I can say AC. See, in this diagram, I can say AC is equal to B because see, in this A to C, it is a face diagonal that is equal to B. Okay, now we are going to take a triangle. Okay, in a triangle, A, B and C. See, what is the triangle? A, B and C. So if you see the triangle A, B and C. So if you consider that triangle, that is ABC, in this triangle, I can write AC square. You know that AC square is equal to, what is it? AB square, isn't it? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Correct? Okay. Now what is AC square? I told you AC is equal to B, isn't it? AC is equal to B. Why? It is a phase diagonal. So AC is equal to B, then I can write AC square is equal to B square. Can I write that? Okay, so B square is equal to, what is AB square? AB is the edge length A. BC is also edge length A. So it will be A square plus A square. Correct? So that is equal to 2A square. Clear? Or I can write B is equal to root of 2A. Correct? Okay, so this is our equation number 1, or simply B is equal to root 2A. Now what is B? B is the phase diagonal. Now you know, if you consider R as the radius of sphere. If you consider R as this radius of sphere, we can say B is equal to, now coming back to the diagram, what is this B actually? This B actually means, see, it's very important. B means this distance, right? This distance is B. Now if we calculate this distance, you know, if R is the radius, this is the radius of this sphere. So this is an R. Then if this is taken as a sphere, this is R again R. So it will be 2R, isn't it? This is radius, this is again a radius, diagonal. And again in this atom, this is the radius, so this is R. So what is B? You can say B is equal to R plus 2R, isn't it? So I can write B is equal to 4R. Can I write that? B is equal to 4R. And we know that B is equal to root 2A. So I can again write 4R is equal to root 2A. Clear? Okay. Now from this we can find the edge length. How you will find the edge length? A is equal, because A is the edge length. Correct. A is equal to 4R by root 2. Or it is equal to 2 root 2R. See? So this is how we are finding the edge length A. Clear? Or from this you can write, you know, A is equal to 2 root 2R. Or I can write R is equal to A by 2 root 2. So these two are important in doing the numericals if it is asked. Clear? Is it clear? Okay. So now having said, you got A as well as R. Now what we have to do? You know, this is, we are studying the CCP, that is cubic close packing, and I told you this comes under the FCC lattice. Clear? Now FCC lattice, how many spheres are there in an FCC lattice? You know, 1 by 8 into 8 plus 1 by 3 into 1 by 6. Sorry, yeah, 6 faces, no. So 6 faces. So how many total? There will be 4 spheres, isn't it? In FCC, there will be 4 spheres are there, isn't it? And in simple cubic, there is only 1 sphere. In FCC, there is 4 sphere. And in BCC, there are 2 spheres that we have already seen, isn't it? Okay. Now, being an FCC or CCP structure is having an FCC lattice, since it contains 4 spheres, okay. Now the volume of this 4 spheres is equal to 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube, isn't it? The volume of the 4 spheres. So if in a unit cell, it contains 4 spheres, now the volume of that unit cell is equal to 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube, correct? And the volume of the full volume of the cube will be A cube. You know that, length into breadth into height. So all the edge length is what? A and A. So it will be A cube. Now how you will calculate the packing efficiency? That is important. So how will you calculate the packing efficiency? So packing efficiency is equal to the volume, listen, the volume occupied by 4 spheres. Why you put 4 spheres? Because it is an FCC lattice. Okay, in CCP, cubic close packing, it is an FCC lattice. So volume occupied by the 4 spheres in the unit cell divided by the total volume of the unit cell. See, the total volume of the unit cell. So packing efficiency, no, into 100. Clear? So the volume occupied by 4 spheres in unit cell divided by the total volume of the unit cell into 100. So what is the volume occupied by 4 spheres? You know, we have calculated 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by what is total volume? It will be a cube into 100. Okay. Now on calculating you will get 4 into 4 16. It is 16 pi r cube by 3a cube into 100. So this will be come around 16 root 2 r cube. So it will come around 74%. So the maximum, that is, it is more efficient. The HCP and the CCP is more efficiently packing. That means it is 75% of the space is utilized for the packing. So the voids will be less. So you have to study how you to calculate the packing efficiency. So in order to calculate the packing efficiency, you have to know volume occupied by. Here it is 4 spheres. Why? Because the CCB comes under the FCC lattice. So in FCC, you know, there are 4 spheres. Correct. Face-centered cubic lattice. 8 atoms at the corners and 6 atoms at the faces. Correct. Correct. Okay. So 1 by 8 into 8 as well as plus, that is 1 plus 1 by 6 into 3. Correct. So that is 3 plus 1, 4. So by substituting the values, 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube by volume of the total volume, that is a cube into 100, you will get what? You will get this 74% packing efficiency, which is the greatest or highest. So in CCP and HCP, we will get the most maximum packing efficiency. So is it clear? Okay. So you will go through it, the diagram. You have to take the two things. One is the edge length as A and the face diagonal. Since you are taking this as, so keep in mind whatever you are giving the label A, B and C, D, you have to consider that triangle. Or if you put again here it is G, H, F. So in that consideration you have to change that accordingly. Okay. So textbook it is given like this. So we are considering that. Clear? So what is the packing efficiency in a CCP? It is 74%. Correct? It is 74%. Okay. Now we will move on to the second packing efficiency, that is in a body-centered structure. That is the packing efficiency in a body-centered structure. That is BCC. That is body-centered cubic structure. What is the packing efficiency? See, for that you know A is the edge length, isn't it? A is the edge length and face diagonal is whatever face diagonal we are using, that is B. Now I am not drawing, in the previous case I am telling that I am not drawing all the spheres, but only the needed sphere I am drawing. Here I am taking the edges as, see, this is one atom, that is this corner. The face diagonal of this is F, isn't it? The diagonal of this is F. And you know, since you are studying the body-centered cubic structure, in the center of this cube, there is another atom. Okay, if you are drawing this, it should come as same. So for the sake of this, you have to draw like this. Okay, so this is the 3 atoms. I mean, the 3 atoms we are taking into consideration. Okay, so this is if this is the face diagonal. See, this is the face diagonal A and F. Okay, so these 2 spheres, and you know this center of the cubic body center cubic structure, there is 1 atom. And definitely this atom will touch the other 2 atoms at the corners, isn't it? At the corners, which are diagonally arranged. Okay, so we are taking, and now you know face diagonal means I am taking the face diagonal AF, isn't it? So AF will be B and all other edge length will be A. You know that. All other edge length will be A and the face diagonal will be B. Correct? Okay, now I am taking the triangle, listen, I am taking the triangle E, F and D. See, I am taking the triangle, listen, I am taking the triangle E, where is E? E, F and D. See, I am taking this triangle. Now I am taking the triangle, which triangle? E, F and D. So I am taking first this triangle, that is in triangle in triangle, listen, in triangle E, F and D. See, E, F and D, I can write E, F, D, B square. What is B square? Sorry, this can't be the face this can't be the face diagonal. No, this is not the face diagonal. This is face diagonal, right? This is the face, no? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the body diagonal. So this will be B. Correct. This will be B. So in EFD, you can write EFD, B square is equal to, see, B square is equal to, B square is equal to EF, isn't it? EF means A square plus ED square, A square. See, B square is equal to A square plus A square. So B square is equal to 2A square, or B is equal to same as the other one, root 2A. Clear? B is equal to root 2A. Now you know, I am taking another triangle A, F and D. See, what is it? A, F and D. Now you know the length of this body diagonal. See, body diagonal. This is not face diagonal. This is face diagonal. This is body diagonal. That is A, F and D. So that you consider it as C. Okay, you take it as C. Then I can write it as C is equal to, this is R, this is again R and R, 2R, and this is again R. So what is C? R plus R plus R plus R. So C is equal to 4R. Correct? Okay, C is equal to 4R. And what about the C in this triangle? In the triangle, what is the triangle? AFD. So in the triangle AFD, I can write C square is equal to, see, C square is equal to, what is it? C square is equal to A square plus B square, isn't it? A square plus B square. Correct? And you know what is B square? What is B square? B square is equal to 2A square. So I am putting the value as A square plus, what is B square? B square I will put it as 2A square. So it is 2A square. So C square is equal to 3A square. So C is equal to root 3A. Clear? C is equal to root 3A. And also you know that what is again C? Again C is equal to 4R. That means the body diagonal is what? Body diagonal is AC, that is C. So C is equal to 4R. So is it clear? Okay. So now we know there are two equations, that is root 3A is equal to, I can write 4R, because you know C is equal to 4R. So by putting this, I can write root 3 is equal to 4R. Or I can write A is equal to 4R by root 3. Correct? So we got the A. We have to get A for the equation. Or I can write R is equal to root 3A by 4. So these two equations you have to study. In the equation for the packing efficiency, only A is needed, but some numericals you will be asked to calculate the radius also for a BCC structure. So you have to remember that also. Okay. Now once you got A, and then we will have the packing efficiency. What is the formula? Packing efficiency formula. What is the formula? Packing efficiency is equal to volume occupied by how many spheres are there? Volume occupied by how many spheres? In BCC there are 2 spheres, right? In BCC there are 2 spheres. In BCC there are 2 spheres, that is 8 spheres at the corner, that is 1 by 8 into 1 by 8 into 8, that is equal to 1 plus 1 in the body center. So it will be 2 spheres. So the packing efficiency will be the volume occupied by 2 spheres in a unit cell, okay, divided by same equation, total volume of unit cell into 100. Clear? Okay. Now you know volume occupied by 2 sphere is 2 into 4 by 3 pi r cube, because volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So if it is 2 spheres, it will be 2 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. In CCP, it will be 4 into 4 by 3 because it is an FCC lattice. So you consider it as 4 spheres. Okay, so 2 into 4 by 3 pi r cube by, what is A here? A is 4r by root 3. Isn't it? The whole cube. See, 4r by root 3, the whole cube. Correct? So into 100 percentage, right? It is 100 percentage. So this on calculation we will get, it will be around 68 percentage. See, in CCP or HCP you have got what? You have got 78 percentage or 74 percentage to be more precise, but here you will get 68. So it is less than. The packing efficiency in body centered cubic lattice or structure is less than that we have got in the packing efficiency in hexagonal close packing or cubic close packing. So is it okay? Okay, so this is the second thing where it is the BCC structure. Correct? Okay, so BCC structure, you have to take the body diagonal as well as the face diagonal. And in this there are two, you are taking two triangles. Actually, this can be done by the Pythagoras theorem very easily. But in the textbook we have given like this. I am getting into this formula. Okay, so you have to first calculate the A, and then on substituting you will get by 68% you will get the efficiency. Okay, is it clear? The packing efficiency in the BCC. Okay, now moving on to the last one, that is the simple cubic lattice. This is very easy. Simple cubic lattice means what? Simple cubic lattice means only if you draw a lattice, if you draw a unit cell or a sphere in cubic lattice, simple cube means the atoms are only presented at the corners of a cube, isn't it? Now for our consideration to calculate the A, we need only two. We need only two spheres. So I am drawing like this here. Okay, so this is the one sphere and this is the another sphere. See, because since it has only got two spheres, the two spheres will touch each other. Since the atoms are located at the corners of a cube, the particles will touch each other along the edge. And you know the edge length is always the same, A, and A. See, this is also A, correct? So this is also A. This is the edge length, so this is A. So A is, this is R of a sphere radius, this is again R. So I can write A is equal to 2R. Can I? So A is equal to 2R because there is only corners of a cube. Clear? So here we have got A. Then it is very easy. What is the volume? Volume is A cube. So volume A cube is equal to 2R the whole cube. That is equal to 8R cube. Correct? Okay. Now the packing efficiency. Now we have to calculate the packing efficiency. Now how many spheres are there in a simple cubic lattice? Packing efficiency is equal to, how will you calculate? How will you calculate the volume? Okay, the volume of one atom, isn't it? One atom means what? In simple cube, 1 by 8 into 8. So how many atoms are there altogether in a simple cube? It's only 1. So I can write the volume of one atom by the volume of cubic unit cell into 100. See, this is very simple. So that is, 4 by 3 pi r cube into 1 divided by what is A cube? What is A cube? It is 2R cube. That is 8R cube. So it will be 8R cube. Correct? So cube and cube, R3 and R3 will be cancelled. So into 100, into 100. So it will be pi by 6. Okay. Okay, pi, this will come here. So it is pi by 6. So it's equal to pi by 6 into 100. So it will be around 52.4%. This is the least efficient in packing. That is the simple cube structure. So this is the least in the efficiency. So if you sum up, this is very simple. No, you have to take only the two atoms and directly you are getting the A as 2R from this. You don't go for any triangle. Correct. So once you get A, you know the volume is A cube. And in a simple cube, how many atoms are there? Only one atom. Correct. So 4 by 3 pi r cube into 1 by A cube is 8R cube. into 100. So that will become 52. So least is what? The least is cubic. Then comes the body centered. And the most efficient packing is who? The most efficient packing is the CCP, isn't it? CCP as well as the HCP. We are only considering CCP. Keep in mind, only considering CCP, HCP is not considered. Because while if you are writing HCP, here there is a difference. The volume occupied by, it will be 6. Correct. It will be 6 for the HCP. But here we are only taking 4 for the CCP. That is a difference. That you don't want to study. You will study in the higher classes about the HCP. So hope you are clear with the 3 packing efficiency in a crystal cubic structure, of which the most efficient packing is the HCP or CCP. Then comes the BCC, that is the body centered cubic structure, and then the last is what? The last is the simple cubic structure. Okay. Now there is a small thing again, that is you can calculate the density of a unit cell. If you consider a unit cell, you can calculate the density of a unit cell, or the calculation involving the unit cell dimension. Okay, from this unit cell, I mean, there is a calculation which involves in the unit cell dimension, because if you know A or D or mass, you can calculate the density of that. Okay, and now we know how to calculate the volume. We have already seen, isn't it? Volume of a unit cell A cube, and we know how to calculate the A cube. Okay, from the unit cell dimension. Now, if you know the volume, because A cube means the volume, right? Length into breadth into height. Edge length is A. So it is A cube. So once you know the volume of a unit cell, we can calculate the density of this metal. Or if you know the density, see, you have the volume A cube. If you know the volume and if you have the density, you can find out the mass, isn't it? Mass by volume is equal to density, correct? You can calculate very well the density or the mass. Okay, and if you know the mass of a single atom, then you can calculate what? You can calculate the mass of a single atom from the Avogadro number. See, you can calculate the mass of a single atom from the Avogadro number. Okay, so that doesn't matter. So the calculation is, if the edge length of a unit cell by X-ray diffraction method, if the edge length of a unit cell is A, edge length is A, and if D is the density and capital M is the molar mass, for a cubic crystal, the volume of a unit cell is A cube. You know that. Volume is A cube. Now, how will you calculate the mass of a unit cell? Mass means if you have a unit cell, the mass of that complete unit cell, one unit cell is equal to number of atoms in the unit cell. Now, you know for a BCC that is 2 atoms are there. FCC there is 4 atoms, isn't it? And FCC is 4. Then in simple cubic it is 1. So that is the number of atoms in unit cell. Okay, that you denoted it as Z. So in order to find the complete mass, the whole mass of a unit cell, you have to multiply how many number of atoms, correct? Then into the mass of each atom. Then you will get the mass of that unit cell. Clear? Okay. Now how will you calculate the mass of atom present in a unit cell? You can calculate the mass that is represented by small m. You can calculate the mass of an atom present in a unit cell, small m is equal to capital M. Capital M means what? Capital M is the molar mass. Molar mass divided by the Avogadro number. Okay, that is Avogadro number. That is what I said, that you can determine the mass of a single atom gives an accurate method for the determination of an Avogadro constant. If you know the mass of a single atom and if you know the molar mass, you can calculate the Avogadro number, and you know it's a constant 6.02 to 10 to the power 23. Now you can calculate the density. Density of the unit cell. Density is mass of the unit cell divided by volume of the unit cell. Now, what is mass of the unit cell? See, what is the mass of unit cell? Z into M. So, you can put Z into M by the volume is A cube. That you know. Now, what is this small m? Putting the value of small m. What is small m? Small m is equal to capital M by Na. So putting that, you get Z is equal to M by Na into A cube. Okay, so you will get density is equal to Zm by A cube into Na, where D is the density, Z is the number of atoms. If it is FCC, it is equal to 4. If it is BCC, it is equal to 2. And if it is simple cubic, it is equal to 1. So that considers the Z. Okay, so in numericals also the Z will be given in an FCC, BCC or simple cube. Now according to that, you put the value of Z. M means what? Capital M is the molar mass. A cube is the volume. Correct. And Na is the Avogadro number. So if you know all these parameters, isn't it? All these parameters, like out of these 5 parameters, if you know any 4, you can calculate the other one. So this is very important for numerical. Density is equal to Zm by A cube N. Correct. So this comes the end of this solid state structure. Okay. So please go through this. Today itself you have to derive all the 3 plus the density also, and after that we will see the numericals. Okay. So till then, thank you.